Good evening, Big Blue Nation, and welcome to Giant Central, your primetime home for everything New York Football Giants. I'm your host, Mike Brennan, coming to you live from the shadow of MetLife Stadium on this chilly November night in East Rutherford. And folks, we've got some roster chess moves to break down tonight that might not make the front page splash, but could quietly shape how this 2025 season finishes. The Giants have made a swap in their international player pathway exemptions on the practice squad. Out goes kicker Jude Mcatami, in comes a mountain of a man from Germany, tight end Maximillian Mang. Let's dive deep into what this means, why it happened, and where Big Blue goes from here. First, the headline you already saw scrolling across the bottom line. The New York Giants have released Irish kicker Jude Mcatami from the practice squad and replaced him with German tight end Maximillian Mang, who now carries that coveted 17th practice squad roster spot via the NFL's International Player Pathway program. It's the kind of transaction that usually flies under the radar, unless you remember what happened the last time the Giants needed a kicker in a pinch. Let's rewind the tape. Jude Mcatami, the pride of Derry, Northern Ireland, by way of Rutgers University, had been with the organization since 2024. The 6'2" lefty first turned heads when he boomed kickoffs into the second deck during rookie minicamp. Fast forward to this season, Graham Gano lands on injured reserve for the first time, and suddenly Mcatami is the guy. 4 regular season games, 5 total appearances across 2 stints. The stat line: a perfect 3-for-3 on field goals, all inside 39 yards, and 10 of 13 on extra points. Respectable. Until you zoom in on those 2 brutal weeks where he clanked 3 PATs in 14 days. In a league where 1 point can decide a division title. Ask any Giants fan still having 2011 Super Bowl nightmares about missed kicks, those misses stuck. When Gano came back, Mcatami went back to the practice squad. Then Gano got hurt again. The Giants signed veteran Young-Ho Koo to the active roster, added Pitt's Ben Sauls to the practice squad a few weeks ago as insurance. And suddenly the math stopped working for Jude. Tough but fair. That's the NFL. We wish Jude nothing but the best. Maybe he catches on in the UFL or gets another camp invite. The kid can kick. He just ran into the coldest position in sports at the worst possible time. Now, flipping the page to the new edition, and folks, this is where it gets fun. Say hello to Maximillian Mang. Yes, that's pronounced Mang, not mango, though I'm sure he's heard every fruit joke already. The man stands 6'7", tips the scales at 262 pounds. That's 1.98 meters and 119 kilos for our European listeners, and hails from Potsdam, Germany. That's right, the same country that gave us Sebastian Vollmer and Moritz Beringer is now sending us a tight end who looks like he was carved out of Bavarian oak. Mang's journey is pure football fairy tale. Growing up in Eastern Germany, he didn't touch an American football until he was 16. 6 years later he's starting 63 games at Syracuse. Yes, the same orange program that produced Dwight Freeney, Marvin Harrison, and more recently, current Giants rookie sensation Malik Neighbors. Mang wasn't there to pile up highlights. He was the lunch pail, blue-collar blocking tight end you win championships with. 9 career catches, 60 yards, 1 touchdown. But ask any Syracuse offensive lineman from 2020 to 2024 and they'll tell you. When number 89 was in the game, running backs slept better at night. We're talking about a guy who pancakes defensive ends, seals the edge on power toss plays, and still has enough athleticism that NFL scouts clocked him at 4.72 in the 40 at his pro day. Indianapolis signed him as an undrafted free agent this spring, kept him through camp, but ultimately cut him last week when they needed roster space. Brian Daboll and his staff pounced immediately. So why does this matter for a 2025 Giants team that's scrapping for a wild card spot? 3 reasons. Number 1. Depth at a premium position. Darren Waller retired, Daniel Bellinger is solid but not a world beater, Theo Johnson is still developing, and 4th-round pick Lawrence Cager has been banged up. Suddenly you've got a 6-7 red zone nightmare who can play inline, flexed out, or even chip on pass protection and leak into the flat. Think of him as a richer man's Chris Manhertz with more upside as a receiver. Number 2. Special teams. At 262 pounds with that kind of wingspan, Mang is an instant upgrade on kick coverage units and could be a weapon as a jammer on punt returns. Remember how valuable Jacob Johnson was for the Raiders and Patriots as a fullback/tight end hybrid on specials? Similar vibe here. And number 3, the big picture vision. The international pathway spot doesn't count against the 16-man practice squad limit. That's an extra body you can develop without sacrificing someone else. The Giants have been aggressive scouting Europe. Remember Ao Oyalola, the British linebacker they had last year? This is Joe Schoen and Dable continuing to think outside the box, looking for that extra 1% edge in a division where the Eagles reload every offseason and the Cowboys never seem to go away. Let's put some historical context on this. The Giants have always been pioneers when it comes to global talent. Way back in 1950, they signed a kicker from Lebanon named Benny Aleto. In the 80s, they had Bjorn Nitmo from Sweden. More recently, they developed Jacob Johnson, who went on to start for the Patriots and Raiders. This franchise knows how to find diamonds across the Atlantic. And in an era where every roster spot is precious, turning that 17th practice squad spot into a developmental lottery ticket? That's smart football. I talked to a personnel source inside the Quest Diagnostics Training Center earlier today, who obviously spoke on background, and he told me, quote, "We loved Mang coming out of Syracuse. He's raw as a pass catcher, but his size, length, and work ethic are off the charts. Worst case, he's a core special teamer by December. Best case, you've got a poor man's Dallas Goedert who grew up watching NFL highlights on grainy YouTube streams in Potsdam." Now, picture this, Week 17, winner take all against the Eagles for the division. It's 4th and goal from the 8, snow swirling at MetLife. Daniel Jones play actions, rolls right, and lofts one to the back pylon where a 6'7" German is boxing out a 5'10" corner. Touchdown, Giants win the East, and Max Mang becomes a New York legend overnight. Hey, stranger things have happened in this rivalry. Ask David Tyree about helmet catches. Speaking of legends, you can't talk Giants tight ends without tipping the cap to the greats. Mark Bavaro dragging 49ers across the field in '86. Jeremy Shockey flipping the bird to the league with that personality. Kevin Boss with a 45-yard catch and run against the undefeated Patriots in Super Bowl 42. Even Howard Cross, the ultimate glue guy. Max Mang might never reach those heights, but every journey starts somewhere. Quick trivia break for the diehards. The last German-born player to score a touchdown in the NFL? Moritz Boehringer, who caught one for the Vikings in a 2019 preseason game. Before that, you have to go all the way back to, actually, never. Mang has a chance to make real history. What does this mean for the playoff push? The Giants currently sit at 6-4, tied with Washington atop the NFC East after that thrilling comeback win over Carolina last week. Dexter Lawrence is wrecking souls up front, Brian Burns is finally looking like the trade haul was worth it, and Malik Neighbors is on pace to shatter every rookie receiving record in franchise history. But to make noise in January, you need depth. You need the next man up. And if Max Mang can give you 15 quality snaps a game at tight end plus dominant special teams, that's found money. Next up on the schedule, a Thanksgiving night showdown with those hated Dallas Cowboys. Primetime, national stage, turkey and rivalries on the menu. If Mang is active, and there's buzz he could be elevated for this one, watch for him on the opening kickoff. If he throws a key block to spring Tyrone Tracy for a big return, MetLife is going to erupt. Giants fans, this is why we love this time of year. Every move, every practice squad swap, every international addition, it's all part of the chess match. And right now, Big Blue is playing it masterfully. Make sure you're locked in with us all week. Tomorrow we've got exclusive sideline sound from Brian Dable. Wednesday we break down the Cowboys' struggling offensive line with film guru Dan Orlovsky. And Thanksgiving morning we drop our official score prediction. Until then, this is Mike Brennan reminding you. Once you're Giants for life. Bleeding Blue never stops. Let's go Big Blue!